Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Metuchen High School Pawdcast, the online radio voice of MHS. I'm Kalegi.
And I'm Josh Hyman.
Some Friday night basketball, girls basketball. The Metuchen Bulldogs take on their rivals in the GMC Blue Division, Dunellen Destroyers, here on a Friday night in M-Town. The Metuchen Bulldogs come in at 3-8 under Coach Glutz this season. Last game was a loss, 47-33 to Carteret. Back on Wednesday, Molly Maleg and Noelle Leaf with 8 points each to lead the way. On the other hand, we've got the Dunellen Destroyers coming in, 4-7 record, 2-5 in conference. Their last game was a loss, 58-38 to South River. Chloe Cassidy led the way with 12 points in that game. Now, Josh, this is a rivalry game. Two teams, both at 3-8, playing for a spot in the division. Definitely going to be a fun matchup tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun, especially with both these teams in a very desperate situation. Both have the same record, both looking for the same exact spot. There's going to be a lot of clawing, fighting. There's a lot on the line here for both these teams. It's so important to win here tonight. To, get that extra boost, get revitalized, get back into it. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays into the attitude of these players tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Taking a look at the GMC Blue Division standings in the girls basketball GMC. Middlesex 6-0, unbeaten. Then you've got Carteret and South River both at 5-2. Spotswood at 4-3. Dunellen right now 1 game ahead of Metuchen, but a win for Metuchen, and they can take that 5th spot. Highland Park rounding it out at the moment. Now Metuchen has had a decent season, and it's been all about Molly Maleg, the freshman's phenom. 16 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, leading the team in assists and steals as well. Having that youth presence on the team, Josh, definitely has to be a great asset for them.
Yeah, that's great. It also shows that this basketball team will get better and will stay around for the years to come. And it's going to be really interesting to see how Molly Maleg develops as a player throughout her 4-year tenure at Metuchen High School.
Yeah, definitely. And also been strong this season, Sam Anton, nearly averaging a double-double, 10.5 points, 9.8 rebounds per game. She has 108 rebounds. And when you looked at this stat sheet we were provided by Coach Glutz, that stat just jumped out at you.
Oh yeah, definitely. The only person that comes close is Molly Maleg, surprisingly, with 84. And I think that 108 number definitely comes from her physical presence on this court. She is one of the tallest people out on that basketball court. Doesn't matter what team. Whatever team is stepping out to face Metuchen, you can bet that same mountain's going to be out there head and shoulders above everyone else.
Well, we're just a couple minutes away from getting started. National anthem coming in a few moments. So we hope you enjoy tonight's broadcast here of Metuchen Basketball, brought to you by What's the Scoop. Just moments away from getting started, the Metuchen Bulldogs and rival Dunellen squaring off. National anthem coming in just a moment. We'll be back in a minute.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of our and our principals, we are eligible to welcome you to Metuchen High School.
Thomas Borders is watching. He says, how do you
play this coach with the pitches appreciate and let the spectators be positive. Tonight's Bulldogs will go to the Destroyers from Dunellen High School. Before we get to the starting lineup, would you please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
just a few short moments from the opening tip. We'll be back in a moment. Let's get a word from some of our sponsors. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sports-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020 or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Starting lineups going on right now as the Dunellen players get introduced. As the Dunellen starters will be Salma Abukar at forward, along with Erin Barnett, Chloe Cassidy, Megan Green, and Erica Orellana making up the starting lineup. For Metuchen, it's Sam Anton looking to improve on her 11.9 rebound per game season. Bridget O'Connor, the senior, also a great post presence for this team. Chase Clavon and Noelle Leaf, the two sophomores, and of course Molly Maleg, rounding out the starting lineup for the Bulldogs.
Guard, freshman, number 5, Molly Maleg. The guard, sophomore, number 3, Chase Clavon. Today's contest is being conducted according to the rules of the New Jersey State High School Athletic.
So we're just about ready to get set here to go between Metuchen and Dunellen. Josh, from seeing a few Metuchen girls basketball games this season, what do you think will be the key for Metuchen to jump out to an early lead?
Well, obviously, it's just not being sloppy on defense. This is something they've struggled with all season. It's just giving up a lot of just a bunch of stupid points that should never have happened if it just were being for a little more alert, if they were just picking it up a bit, if they were just had their heads on swivels and they just kept their shape and kept neat, wouldn't have happened. And that's kind of the tale of every game they've had this season. It's just not being sloppy, whether it be on offense, defense. They need to just clean it up, get baskets, don't be panicked, and just keep your head in the game, and they'll do fine.
So Metuchen ready to jump. It will be Sam Anton jumping here with Salma Abukar as they line up and get ready to go to start the game, brought to you by Metuchen Savings Bank, serving the Brainy Borough for over 100 years. It's Anton, it's Abukar. Tip goes back to Molly Maleg. Metuchen starts with it, and we're underway for some Friday night basketball.
Maddie, I gotta ask, any surprises from this lineup, or is this what you expected from Metuchen?
Well, this is basically the lineup they've used all season, and Chase Clavon has been part of that, and she hits a 3 to start the game. A nice start for her, trying to hit those long bombs. She's good at them, and she gets one started early. Now, Dunellen with the ball. Dribbling in, that's Megan Green. Jumper is off the mark from Erin Barnett, fighting for the rebound. Still fighting for it. It's a jump ball. They're tied up. That was Noelle Leaf and Erica Orellana. It will remain Dunellen ball off the jump ball. It'll be Abukar throwing it in from under the basket. Kicks to the right wing. That's Megan Green. Green works in, kicks back, and they'll reset. That's Erin Barnett with it. Barnett over to Megan Green. Megan Green steps into one. A long 2, no good. Sam Anton with her first rebound of the game.
Adding to that 108 rebounds of the season.
Yep, right there for Sam Anton. Noelle Leaf over to fellow sophomore Chase Clavon. Inside Anton. Anton the hook shot. Knocked away. O'Connor tries to save it. She stepped out of bounds, and it will be Dunellen ball. A minute gone. Green inbounds. And up the court comes, I believe that was Orellana. Now to the right side. Abukar. Back to Chloe Cassidy. Cassidy to Megan Green. Megan Green back to Cassidy, who resets. As we said, she led the scoring. She scored a whopping 24 points last time out. Jumper is no good there from Megan Green from the left side. Leaf fights for the board. It gets knocked out of bounds. Last touch there by Abukar, and Metuchen will take it. 6.5 minutes still to play in the opening quarter. 3-0 the Bulldogs lead. Here comes Clavon up the floor for the Dogs. Drops it back to Noelle Leaf. Leaf over to Clavon on the right side. Clavon inside Anton. Anton back Clavon. Chase Clavon 4-3. Again knocks another one down. Chase Clavon looking good, 2 threes early on.
That was great. That was an excellent setup, great passing. They took their time. That's exactly what they need to do if they want to just keep the points rolling.
Destroyers with the ball. Megan Green, it goes off the foot of Orellana. No kicked ball. Goes right back to Green, and they reset. Now back to Orellana in the logo. Orellana trying to work inside of the free throw line. Drops one back to Cassidy. Cassidy with Clavon draped all over her. Back to Orellana. Crosses over on Leaf. Megan Green kicks right side. Anton brings the great defense. Abelcare couldn't get the shot off right there. Now trying to drive in is Barnett. Orellana with it. Back to Megan Green. A lot of passing right here from Dunellen. Just can't get an open opportunity. Some great defense early from Metuchen. Bounce past Megan Green on the right baseline. Inside Abelcare. Abelcare double teamed by Anton and O'Connor. Gets knocked away. Saved by Cassidy. Chloe Cassidy. 3 misses. And a great defensive stand there from Metuchen.
Yeah, it was good, but it could use a little work. I think Metuchen's just getting lucky that Dunellen can't hit their threes.
Yeah, Dunellen's just not shooting too well. That ball was knocked out of bounds. Metuchen will have it from underneath. It'll be Noelle Leaf on the inbound here. 5:03 to go in the opening quarter. Leaf gets it into Anton. Anton with 3 defenders over her. Bad shot, great defense there. A little bit of a tie-up between Cassidy and Anton. Up comes Abelcare up the floor. Abelcare guarded by the freshman Molly Maleg. Drops it off to Chloe Cassidy. Here comes Erin Barnett inside. She's going to be fouled on a reach-in by Molly Maleg. Now, we actually broadcasted a game last season between Metuchen and Dunellen, and their former senior Allison McGrath led the way with 34 points. Definitely trying to fill that void, but Chloe Cassidy has had a good season. But so far, Dunellen's struggling right now.
I think they really are catching the senior boat, just like with this Metuchen girls team.
So here, actually stopped her dribble and kept going, and it will be Metuchen ball.
Seems like Dunellen's getting a big panic here, going down 6 very early. They're getting really sloppy. They're just trying to make something happen, get on the board. And it's not working for them so far.
And now for Metuchen, I try to pound as much into this lead as possible as Chase Clavon with the travel coming off the screen from O'Connor, and it will be Dunellen ball. So Cassidy feeds to Barnett. Now back to Orellana. Cassidy over to the left side. That's Megan Green. Green. 3. No good from Barnett. Clavon grabs the board. Runs along the left sideline. Now coming across the court. Clavon working inside. Gets all the way to the basket. Flips it up and in. What a start to the game for Chase Clavon. She has all 8 points in the first half of the first quarter.
See, that is what I wanted to see from this team all season. Just fast, quick, precise attacks, nothing fancy, nothing crazy, and it works for them every time, which makes me wonder why they don't do it more.
They're trying another fast break. It's Leaf, and she hits. Noelle Leaf makes it a 10-0 lead for Metuchen, and she'll go to the line. Foul is on Megan Green. A great defensive stand by the sophomores Leaf and Clavon. Timeout is called. 3:40 to go in the opening quarter. It is 10-0 Bulldogs. What a start with the sophomores Clavon and Leaf carrying the team.
Oh, that was a spectacular 2 runs right there from Metuchen. I think Dunellen is still just trying to get back on their feet, trying to figure out what happened there. And I think it was good to call a timeout before this thing gets way out of hand. But Metuchen really does have to hurry. They have to get as many points on the board as possible before this Dunellen team finds their footing and starts putting up a fight. But so far, it's been great for the Bulldogs.
And how about Chase Clavon, averaging just under 11 points per game? She already has 8 in the first 4 or so minutes of the game.
Yeah, that is a very impressive number right there, but it was all from those quick, fast, powerful attacks that they need to keep doing until it doesn't work anymore. And I think that's the problem with this team. They'll have a few good runs, and then they'll stop doing it for no reason, and they don't get any points. They should just keep doing what they're doing with Leaf and Clavon until it doesn't work. And I don't see it. I see it working for quite a bit of time in this game.
So it looks like a change here, checking in for the Destroyers, as Noelle Leaf will have a free throw to try to make it 11-0 Metuchen. Free throw rims out, goes out to the left side. Orellana grabs it. 2 Metuchen players come over for the jump ball, and this time it is Metuchen ball, and they'll have it from underneath. Great job crashing the boards there for Metuchen.
I think they're starting to clean it up on defense a bit. Let's just see if they keep the composure here.
Leaf gets it into Clavon on the left side. Now back to Maleg. Maleg has been quiet so far. Just as we say that, she knocks down a three from the right wing. And it is 13-0 Bulldogs here. 3:25 to go in the opening quarter.
I think their three-point game is a far cry from what it was at the beginning of the season. It didn't seem like they knew what to do at the beginning. They were messy, they were panicked, they were rushed. But here they seem calm, collected, and cool, and in control.
Barnett knocks down a runner, and that's the first bucket for Dunellen, so it's now 13-2 as O'Connor takes it. Give and go to Leaf. Leaf swatted away by Abouker. Secured by Parcells. Here comes Orellana up the floor. Erica Orellana back to Abouker. Long jumper, Parcells knocks it down even with a hand in her face. First bucket for Parcells, and it's 13-4, and Dunellen finally starting to get something going on offense.
Yeah, they're starting to go, and they're starting to figure out what's working for them, and they could go on as much of a rampage as Metuchen just went on, but we got to see what happens here.
Clavon inside O'Connor, now back Noelle Leaf. Leaf working, and that's going to be a foul right there on Erin Barnett. 2:27 to go in the first quarter. 13-4 is the score. Metuchen will have an inbound from just in front of the scorer's table. As they'll get it into the left wing, that's Maleg. Maleg, the three, hits off the top of the backboard. That's going to go out of bounds. As a change here for Metuchen, Michaela Kachi will check in for fellow senior Bridget O'Connor. No changes here for the Destroyers. And up the floor, here comes Chloe Cassidy. Over to the left side, that's Parcells. Isabel Parcells, hounded by Kachi. Now on the floor, Anton fighting for it with Abouker. And I believe that will remain Dunellen basketball. Yes, it will, and they'll inbound from just in front of the Metuchen bench. Orellana trying to get it in. She does to Erin Barnett, who loses the ball. Maleg, nope. Now Maleg and Barnett fighting for it. It's going to be a jump ball, and I believe it's a Metuchen ball. Yes, it is, with just over 2 minutes still to play in the opening quarter. Leaf over to Clavon. Up comes Metuchen after their quick 13 points. A couple of scoreless possessions in a row. Clavon steps back, thinks about the three, decides better. Kachi throws it away. Thought Clavon was still there. And Metuchen cannot afford to be sloppy like that when they've got this lead that they're trying to protect.
Definitely, and we've seen it with other games. They have a lead exactly like this, and they end up blowing it because of stupid mistakes. Let's just hope it doesn't happen here tonight.
They got to keep up that defense. Leaf hounding Orellana. She's backed all the way back to the left side. Orellana comes back across to the middle of the court. Top of the key. That's Cassidy. Cassidy pumps a chest pass. Now plays onto the ball. Drives in. Kicks left wing. Now driving along the baseline. It's Barnett. Barnett swoops it up and in. That's already 4 points for Barnett. And it's 13-6. Metuchen looking to end the drought with just under 90 seconds remaining in the quarter. Clavon finds Anton inside. Anton no good off the back iron. Maleg fights for it, grabs the rebound. Metuchen resets. Now Clavon guarded by Cassidy. Drops it to the point guard Noelle Leaf, and they'll set up a play. Leaf with Orellana over her. Leaf comes around the right side. Anton grabs it. Anton inside, knocks it down. And it's 15-6 Metuchen. An exciting first quarter here for the Dogs. Barnett thinks about the jumper. She's been the hot shooter. Abouker trying to get on the board. That's in and out. No good. Rebound, Molly Maleg.
They should not be slowing down the pace. They should be going as aggressive and as fast as they can, especially with how much success they've been having with that and how little time is left in the quarter. No excuse to be just dawdling around by the middle of the court.
Well, a turnover for Metuchen, double dribble for Molly Maleg, as Emma Walters will check in for Noelle Leaf. No changes for Dunellen. And up comes Erin Barnett here. 15-6, just about 30 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Orellana over to the left side. That's Parcells. Back to the top of the key, Erica Orellana. Orellana driving on Walters. Kicks to the left side. That's Parcells. Parcells, the floater is good. 4 points apiece for Parcells and Barnett. And they're leading the offensive attack here for Dunellen. 12 seconds in the quarter. Clavon, guarded by Barnett, crosses over. Clavon, another crossover move. Kicks back Anton. Anton, Maleg is calling for the ball. Only 3 seconds. Clavon for three. Knocks it down to end the quarter. Chase Clavon going off in the first quarter. 11 points, 3 3-pointers, and Metuchen leads 18-8.
That was some of the most impressive three-point shooting I've seen throughout this whole season right there. Chase Clavon turning up the heat, getting points where they need to be get, but there's still some work needed to be done with this Metuchen team. They've let up 8 points, 6 unanswered if you remember, and they made some sloppy mistakes. Like I said, they left Abukir wide open on the corners. Thank goodness that she didn't make the three, but they can't keep letting up players like that. They did it all throughout the beginning of the first quarter, where it was just player after player getting open and just not being covered. But the only thing that's been holding back Dunellen is their inability to make these longer jump shots.
Well, 18-8 the score. We'll be back in a moment here on the Metuchen High School Podcast. The MHS Pawdcast is also sponsored by Allstate Insurance at 63 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Allstate, are you in good hands? Welcome back to the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. I'm Kalegi
and Josh Hyman.
Metuchen girls basketball. The Dogs taking on the Dunellen Destroyers. This is 4th-5th place in the GMC Blue Division. 18-8 is the score. A great start in the first quarter for Metuchen. 11 points from Chase Clavon leading the way. We'll update you on who's on the floor in just a moment. As up the floor comes Barnett. Barnett, Parcells, Cassidy, Abelcare, and Ariana Fields are on the floor as Cassidy tries to hit the wild circus shot layup, but it goes over the backboard and out of bounds, and Metuchen takes possession. It's Leaf, Clavon, Anton, Emma Walters, and Molly Malig, the 5 on the floor for the Bulldogs. As Clavon Leaf works inside, takes a hard fall, and that will be a foul on Abelcare, her first. And to the line goes Noelle Leaf, 0 of 1 from the charity stripe so far. First free throw is good. Now, something I do want to mention that's been good for Metuchen, they've only gotten 1 foul in the first quarter, so definitely not fouling as much is going to help the team. Both free throws fall for Noelle Leaf. So it's 20-8. Now on the run comes Barnett. A little bit of a lapse on defense for Metuchen. Leaf and Clavon bring the double team, and Clavon's going to foul her. Clavon's first foul. And it will be an inbound from under the basket. Abelcare will throw it in. Abelcare trying to get it in. She does. That's Barnett all the way on the left wing at the 3-point line. Now Cassidy inside. That's Ariana Fields. Cassidy over to Barnett. Barnett works inside. Barnett fighting for it. Throws it to Fields. Fields, that actually led her to an open spot, and she can't knock it down. It bounced like 4 times. Anton and Abelcare fighting for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball, and Metuchen takes possession. Almost a big mistake there on defense by Metuchen, as the pass led Fields to a wide-open jumper. She just couldn't hit.
Yeah, it's been happening time and time again in this game. They're just leaving the wide-open shooters out in the left corner every single time.
As Anton knocks one down from the low block, her second bucket, it's now 22-8. Long 2 from Barnett is short. Long rebound goes out to Walters. Here comes Noelle Leaf along the left sideline. Fires cross court to Malig. Stolen by Cassidy. What a steal. Came out of nowhere. Cassidy to the basket. Heard footsteps. Walters makes a little contact. Cassidy hits the bucket and will go to the line. Team's leading scorer going to the stripe after getting her first points of the game. That was a nice play, though, on defense from Cassidy.
That was a great defensive play. She was able to follow it up with a great layup. Thank goodness that she was able to make that. I don't think her teammates would have been happy if she missed that one.
Not at all, as O'Connor checks in for Anton. Cassidy knocks down the free throw, so make it 22-11. 6:36 to go here in quarter number 2. Malig over to Noelle Leaf. Leaf flips inside O'Connor, has trouble handling it, gets it back to Malig. Malig can't hit the 3. Rebound Parcells. Parcells leading the charge the other way. Fires inside Abelcare. Abelcare looking for her first bucket. Barnett trying to work inside on Malik. Gets some room, gets stopped at the free throw line. Now Cassidy for three. Short, Parcells right there to put it in, but she misses. Fights for the rebound. Parcells versus Leaf, and it's going to remain Dunellen ball. I thought that was going to be an easy putback there for Parcells.
Yeah, so did I, but it turns out it wasn't that easy for her, and it's been a problem for Dunellen even well into the second quarter. They just can't get shots into the basket, and that's definitely going to hurt them in the long run of this game.
They'll have an opportunity here. Parcells over to Cassidy off the inbound. Cassidy works inside. Layup no good off the back iron. Bridget O'Connor grabs the rebound. Here comes Noelle Leaf the other way. Leaf working to the basket. Throws it up. No, almost an alley-oop to herself. Couldn't get it to fall, but it's a foul, and she'll go to the line. Foul is on Cassidy, her first. Already 6 fouls now on Dunellen, as we've got 5:42 to go in the second quarter. Metuchen leading this one 22-11 after scoring the first 10 points of the game. First free throw falls. Noelle Leaf being solid from the line. It's already 5 points for her. Can't hit. Malay grabs the rebound. Fighting for it. Cassidy, I believe, had the last touch. No, they're going to say last touch Malay, and it will be Dunellen basketball. Here comes Barnett. Over to Chloe Cassidy. Cassidy, after a quiet first quarter, starting to get it together in quarter number 2. Barnett over to Abelcare. Here's Parcells, a 3-player weave going on right now. Barnett throws it up inside, 2 bounces, no good. Walters fighting for the board, steps out of bounds. And they're actually going to say that Ariana Fields pushed Walters out of bounds, and it will remain Metuchen ball. As Metuchen will get it in. Sam Anton coming in. Emma Walters goes to the bench, and all 5 starters are now in for Metuchen. 5:18 to go in quarter number 2. Here comes Noelle Leaf, taking it across the timeline. Guarded by Isabel Parcells. That's a height mismatch. Batted in the air by Barnett. Secured by Abelcare. He's going to be stopped. The press is coming. Errant pass across the court. Somehow saved by Cassidy. Can she get across? Noelle Leaf picks up the foul. That's a frustrating foul because I think Dunellen would have been called for the 8-second violation there. I don't think they would have gotten it across. But now they get the chance.
They definitely would not have gotten across, and that's just sloppy playing from Metuchen radio, giving up that stupid foul.
And we had talked about just 1 foul in the first quarter, and they had that lead already. 3 fouls in the first 3 minutes of the second, and that lead is starting to evaporate. Parcells the jumper, no good. Ariana Fields secures it. Chloe Cassidy with it. Back to Fields. And that's going to be a travel on Ariana Fields, and it will be Metuchen ball. Metuchen trying to get just their 2nd divisional win of the season. 1-6 in the GMC Blue Division so far. Want to turn that around. Pardon me, in GMC Conference play. As Anton can't hit, Malay grabs the rebound. Resets it. Noelle Leaf over to Clavon. Remember, Clavon's hit a trifecta of trifectas. Watch her from long range. Malik, though, dials one up on the left baseline, and she hits the 3, and it's 26-11. Nice shot there by Malik.
Yeah, it was great, and that just adds another solid 3-pointer to the archives here.
As Barnett couldn't hit the jumper, and I believe Abelcare picks up the foul. And a timeout's going to be called by Dunellen. So 26-11, 4:06 to go. In quarter number 2, we'll be back in a moment. This is the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. Welcome back to the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. I'm Eddie Kalegi.
And I'm Josh Hyman.
4:06 to go in the second quarter. Metuchen has held a double-digit lead for much of this game. 26-11 is the score here. 4:06 to go in quarter number 2. Bridget O'Connor is at the line. Senior rims out on the free throw. Cassidy the rebound. It's Cassidy, Parcells, Barnett, Megan Green, and Coralana the 5 for the Dunellen Destroyers. Shot bad in the air. Barnett couldn't secure it. It's blocked by Anton. Noelle Leaf threw her hands out of bounds. Dunellen ball on an errant pass from Molly Maleg. Metuchen's doing a lot of things right, but they do have a lot of turnovers in this game.
Yeah, they gotta fix that, because as we can see, when they make turnovers, Dunellen makes them pay for it. But on the defensive side, Metuchen seems to be pretty solid so far, only giving up 11 to their 26. But 11 is still a lot of points, and they need to fix some of their glaring issues, such as leaving shooters wide open on the corners and the outside threes.
Speaking of that, Parcells is wide open. She doesn't get the ball. Megan Green can't hit. And Maleg wrestles the ball away from Parcells to grab the rebound. And she's taking it all the way across the court. Slowing down at the three-point line and resetting. Now back to Sam Anton. Free throw line jumper is no good. O'Connor tries to get the rebound, but Cassidy secures it. Cassidy coast to coast to the basket, throws it up, no good. Coralana knocked away by Anton. Second block for Sam Anton, and it goes out of bounds. Dunellen will retain possession as Kachi and Walters replace O'Connor and Clavon. Cassidy throwing it in. 3:03 to go in quarter number 2. Here's Parcells with it. Inside Barnett. Barnett stopped at the elbow. Back to Parcells. Flips it back, Coralana. Coralana with Leaf draped over her. Megan Green takes it on the left wing. Now flips top of the key. That's Cassidy. Cassidy steps into a 3 just behind the line. No good. Maleg the rebound. Here comes Molly Maleg with it. Maleg back to Anton. Anton, long 2 from Anton. No good. Not really her range. Kachi grabs the rebound. Anton now back to Noelle Leaf. Leaf inside. Kachi, no. Anton, no. Anton, another rebound. 4th shot opportunity coming up here for Metuchen on this possession. Noelle Leaf works inside. Puts it up, no good. Another rebound. Anton, no good.
What's really confusing here is, why don't they have Anton underneath the basket ready to put up an easy 2? They could have done that and gotten the 2 points, but instead they wasted a lot of time and wasted an opportunity to score.
And missed 5 shots there as well, as now Maleg puts up the foul. Pardon me, that was actually on Emma Walters.
Ignoring everything that seemed to have worked for them so far in this game.
They just gotta hope they can hang on for these last 2 minutes of the quarter, and then Coach Glutz can preach what to do in the second half to secure this win and take 5th place in the GMC Blue Division. As that shot is good on the low hook shot from Erin Barnett, who's helping to lead the cause for Dunellen. 6 points to lead the way for the Destroyers. As that's just into the game, Jordan Perez can't hit. Anton the putback, and Sam Anton, now she's working under the block. She wants to listen to you, Josh. As it's now 28-13. Chloe Cassidy with it on the left wing. Cassidy works inside. Walters picks up the foul. No shot called on the play. And it will be an inbound from under the basket. Quick change for the Bulldogs. Emma Walters to the bench. Maleg in. So it's Maleg, Clavon, Kachi, Anton, and Perez for Metuchen. Abelcare, Green, Barnett, Orlana, and Cassidy in for Dunellen. As Cassidy can't hit. Rebound Megan Green. Now Orlana takes it. Back to Erin Barnett. Erin Barnett straight on 3. No good. Dunellen has still not hit a 3-pointer yet in this game. As up comes Clavon. And it's picked off by Abelcare. Here comes Abelcare. She's going to be whacked hard by Anton, and she'll go to the line. Salma Abelcare has not scored yet in the game.
Like you said, Eddie, they're really suffering from those turnovers. Again, a big run given up to Dunellen because of a silly turnover like that. Fortunately for Metuchen, she didn't connect, but it is going to be a problem later in this game when Metuchen gets tired, everyone else is getting tired, and may not be able to make up as much ground as they could in the beginning of the game, and it's going to cost them dearly.
Abelcare misses the first, makes the second, so 1 of 2 from the line. It's now 28-14, just over a minute remaining here in the first half. Here comes Molly Maleg with it. Maleg is going to be fouled. It's going to be on Erica Orlana, her first. and I believe free throws coming here for the freshman. Molly Malek has actually been pretty quiet. She has a couple of threes, 6 points, but it's really been players like Clavon and Anton who have really stepped up on offense. And like we said on the MHS podcast this week, this team had to find other options, not just focus on one player, and maybe that's why they're doing so well today.
Yeah, definitely. They're spreading the scoring around a bit, and I think that's good. Because when you start spreading the scoring around, proving that you have multiple players that can put up points, it makes it harder for the defense to just focus on one threat. And I think that's what's working here for Metuchen.
Malek misses the second free throw. I believe that's going to be over the back on Kachi, and Dunellen will take possession nonetheless. Just under a minute, 59.2 on the clock here in the second quarter. And yeah, that over the back. Remember, both teams are in the bonus now, so we're at 1-1. One free throw. If they miss, they can go for the board. If they make it, they get a second one. It's Megan Green at the line. Can't hit. Rebound Anton. Under a minute now here in the second quarter rather. Here comes Molly Malek. Malek working inside on Green. No. Kachi the rebound. Kachi the putback. No. Batted out to Anton. Anton mid-range jumper. Rims out. Fighting for the ball. It's taken by Cassidy. 41 seconds now. Here comes Chloe Cassidy. Cassidy back to Erin Barnett. Barnett over to Abelcare. Abelcare long two is no good. Rebound corralled by Kachi, fighting for it, goes to the floor. It's going to be a jump ball, and it will be Dunellen basketball here. 30.6 on the clock in the second quarter. 29-14 the score. Jordan Perez will throw it in from under the basket. It's going to be a long pass out to Clavon, but the defense was looking for the press, so it's an easy run to the basket. Malek can't hit, though. Anton wrestling for the ball with Cassidy. It's going to be a foul, though, on the junior, and Chloe Cassidy will go to the stripe. Looks like a substitution coming in just a moment for Metuchen, and it is Bridget O'Connor in for Sam Anton. So Cassidy will shoot free throws. 29-14, 23 seconds to go in the second quarter. First free throw is good. And as we said, Cassidy had 24 points, 24 of their 38 against South River. It's been held to just 4 points in the first half. So Metuchen definitely knew the scouting report to try to contain her. As she misses the second free throw, O'Connor and Abelcare tied up, and Abelcare steps out of bounds. It'll be Metuchen ball. 21 seconds. And I think maybe they try to hold for the last shot, but with this full court press applied here by Dunellen, that might not be the case, as Molly Malek gets all the way across the court, now steps back to the baseline, and Kachi's going to be fouled by Abelcare, and she'll be through to a pair of free throws.
Both teams getting kind of sloppy, both with 9 fouls on the board.
Yeah, a lot of fouls, specifically in the second quarter. It was 3 fouls for Dunellen and just 1 for Metuchen in the first quarter. The whole dynamic of this game has changed in quarter number 2.
Well, I think it's because when you get down in a lot of points by the second quarter, that feeling of dread starts to set in, and you want to get the ball. You're desperate, you're going to play more aggressive, and you're going to make more mistakes. That's why we're seeing a lot more fouls now than we did when the game first started.
So Kachi, a bit of a tie up there off the missed Kachi free throw. It'll be Dunellen ball. 10 seconds on the clock. Cassidy inbounds. Definitely time to get a decent shot up as Cassidy works it across the midcourt line. Splitting through defenders. Double teamed, goes to the floor, tries to save it. Malek takes it. Malek tries to chuck one up. It's swatted away by Megan Green, and that will end the second quarter. Doesn't look like there's going to be a foul, and that's going to be halftime. So 29-15, Metuchen leading Dunellen as we come to the halftime break. What a performance in the first half from Coach Glutz's squad, trying to get to 5th place in the GMC Blue Division. You got to credit to Chase Clavon, 11 points, scoring the first 8 of the game. Really helped this team explode at the start of the game.
Yeah, those few runs from Clavon were phenomenal. But it seems like she's been kind of quiet for the rest of the game. She hasn't really been to the basket much after that, only putting up 2 after those crazy few runs in the beginning. Is it because she's changed it up? Do you think maybe Dunellen's starting to put a bit more pressure on her? Do you think they're... And I think it has to do with a bit that Metuchen's changing around their strategy, trying to pass the ball around, get more players on the board, which they have been doing, but at expense of one of their best long-range shooters.
Well, I think this all dials down to pregame planning because, as we just mentioned, Chloe Cassidy, leading scorer on this team, held to just 4 points and just one shot made in the first half. True, she hasn't been shooting that great, but there's been a lot of defense on her. They've had taller players on her. They've had Maleg, who is a great defender, guarding her. And speaking of Molly Maleg, held to just 7 points, a couple of shots off of, one of them came off of an inbound, just 7 points for her. It seems that these teams, they plan to bring the defensive attack, and it's worked pretty well to their advantage. So 29-15 is the score. We'll be back in a couple minutes. This is the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sport-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness. The MHS Pawdcast is proudly sponsored by Reflections on Main Salon at 176 Main Street in Metuchen. The salon offers hair design, nail, waxing, and makeup services for all ages. They are committed to providing the best customer service in the industry, offering a tranquil environment with environmentally friendly products and top brand names. Call them at 732-205-9881 or visit their website at reflectionsonmainNJ.com. Reflections on Main, Middlesex County's premier full-service beauty salon. Welcome back to the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. I'm Kalegi.
And I'm Josh Hyman.
Some Friday night hoops here in Metuchen edition. The Bulldogs, the girls basketball team, leading 29-15 over Dunellen at the halftime break. Metuchen jumped out to an early 13-0 lead and have not looked back, as Dunellen has not gotten any closer than within 11 during that span. Now, something else I wanted to bring up with this Metuchen-Dunellen matchup, I wanted to see if you noticed today and heard about it, the athlete exchange that they did today, where you had a few athletes from Metuchen going to Dunellen High School, and a few from Dunellen High School coming to Metuchen to try to get some more unity between the teams, and there were a couple that were in the school today.
I think that's really cool, and I think that's a really good idea to kind of just build camaraderie among the players, let everyone know that at the end of the day, we're all just athletes, we're all chasing the same goals, doing the same stuff, and I think it's great to see that even though you have to fight them on the court, you can be best friends off of it.
Yep, definitely. This was the second time Metuchen participated in this. Last season, the boys
basketball was for the baseball team, right?
Yeah, the baseball team, and also the boys basketball team did it. So they did it with a couple different schools. I know Middlesex was one. So second year they did this, definitely success to see that happening. If you haven't already listened to the latest edition of the Metuchen High School Podcast, we had a big jam-packed episode. We talk about all 7 Metuchen winter sports teams, an in-depth look at all of them. We're joined by Mr. Levy for a spotlight of the yearbook club and to talk about the MHS house band. And we also look at the link on the school website from cdc.gov about protecting yourself with opioids. So just under 5 minutes until the second half begins. The Metuchen players are back out on the court getting ready to go. So just wanted to do a little flashback here. The last time Metuchen and Dunellen faced off, This was all the way back on January 29th of 2018. Definitely a throwback when you had Rory Joselle helping to lead the way for the Metuchen Bulldogs with 20 points. You had Sam Anton with 15. A lot of different players were on the team last season. And as you see, so many different names, Josh. I mean, you were right about the senior bug hitting this team.
Yeah, definitely. If we see here, Rory Joselle scoring 20 points in that game. That was surely missed throughout the season so far. Sam Anton has been going strong like she did last year. Last year in this game, she put up 15. In this game so far, only 6. But still, this team has been very solid. You know, spreading the love around, getting some more players on that scoreboard. Like last year, we see, besides Sam Anton and Roy Giselle, nobody else really scored. But if we see here, it's been kind of spread around a bit, and I think that's good. I think it's good to do that because then the defense of the other team doesn't really know what to do. They can't just say, all right, block that one person, we'll score, and we'll run up the score and we'll win.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to have multiple players with a lot of scoring potential.
Yep, 4 different players have at least 5 points here for the Metuchen Bulldogs. And also looking back at Dunellen, we alluded to this earlier in the game. They had the senior Allison McGrath, who compiled 34 points in that game last season, which was a win for Dunellen, really carrying the team. And it's definitely a bit of a change as you've got now sophomore Chloe Cassidy, now junior Erin Barnett having to step up. So taking the place of a star player like that, it's definitely a lot of added pressure on these Dunellen players.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy for any team, and sometimes you can't even find that one player to substitute for the superstar. Maybe you need 2, maybe you need 3, maybe you even need a whole team sometimes. And I think with this Metuchen team, that latter is definitely the case. They lost Rory Giselle, but now they have a lot of top quality players that can hit 2-pointers, hit 3-pointers, get rebounds, and are super aggressive. And I think the senior bug hasn't bit them as hard, but this Dunellen team seems to be struggling here. Not a lot of scoring from Erin Bennett, Chloe Cassidy, Isabel Perales, and Selma Abukir. Players we thought were going to score a lot just aren't, and I think that's because of the lack of just superstars and experienced players on this team.
So, getting ready to get started here in the second half in just a moment. 29-15 is the score as Metuchen leads Dunellen. And as we said, Metuchen, Chase Clavon 11 points, Sam Anton with 6, Molly Maleg 7, Noelle Lee 5. That has compiled the Metuchen scoring. 4 players have also scored for Dunellen, but it's been much less. 6 points from Erin Barnett, the junior leading charge. 4 points apiece from Isabel Parcells and Chloe Cassidy, and just a single point from the line for Salma Abdukar. The team's getting ready to get set here in the second half of basketball. The second half is brought to you by Metuchen Savings Bank, serving the Brainy Borough for over 100 years. So I want to ask you, we always do this, if you're Metuchen, where do you want to be score-wise heading into the fourth quarter? Like, at least how?
You know, you're going in to the fourth half with such a huge lead, it might make them panic, it might make them desperate, it'll make them cause a lot of mistakes they usually wouldn't put up. But 15 points is a really good lead, because if you make a mistake, it's not as serious, but if they make a mistake, it'll hurt them even more.
So Metuchen has the ball, now going left to right. Sam Anton, the hook shot. Can't get it to go. Foul's going to be called, and the junior will go to the charity stripe. And you saw both teams, their offensive production skyrocket once they started getting the other teams to foul. And for Dunellen, they just don't want to be picking up fouls this early into the third quarter. Just 9 seconds into the quarter, already picking up a foul. Santon goes to the stripe and misses the first free throw. Already a change. Abdul Khair goes to the bench. I believe that's 3 fouls on her. Megan Green, who has also seen her fair share of foul troubles, comes back in. It's Barnett, Cass, and it will be Dunellen ball. So 7:28 to go here in quarter number 3. 30-15, Metuchen is on top. Orellano with the ball. Over to the right side, that's Parcells. Parcells over to Megan Green. Green, step back jumper is no good. Rebound, Molly Maleg. And that's going to be a travel on Maleg just off the rebound. You can tell that's a rookie mistake per se for the freshman, getting the rebound and making that mistake off the rebound.
Yeah, I think that anxiety just comes from how far they're down and what little time they have left.
So here is Megan Green. So here is out on the leg over to Chase Clavon. Clavon can't get it to fall. Back the other way. Here comes the Destroyers. Chloe Cassidy steps back to the three-point line, trying to drive inside, throws it up, and knocks it down. And just like that, within 11 now,